Now, thousands of young Moroccans, mostly Gen Z, have been protesting across several cities, calling for better schools, better healthcare, jobs, and an end to corruption. Now, the state answered firmly. Over 1,500 people face prosecution, roughly 1,000 are still detained, and in Agadir, 39 protesters got prison terms of 6 to 15 years for crimes like property damage and attacks on security forces. Now, the crackdown has been harsh and visible. At the same time, the king and government have promised to speed up social reforms and put more money into public services. So a roughly 13 billion euros boost, to healthcare and education in the 2026 budget. That pledge aims to quiet the unrest, but many people worry that heavy prosecutions and long sentences will leave scars even if the money arrives. Today on The Conversation, I'm joined by Soumaya Abdeljalil. She is a member, National Central Commission of the Moroccan Association of Human Rights in Kenitra, Morocco. Thank you so much, Soumaya, for joining us at this time.
You're welcome. Thank you for having us, and thank you for having the Moroccan Association of Human Rights.
It's a pleasure. Now, Soumaya, we did discuss this the last time you were here, but updates keep emerging. There are reports of more than 1,500 people facing prosecution and around 1,000 detained in the wake of the protests. Speak to us on what these high numbers of prosecution say about, the government's strategy or even its willingness, to engage or even to suppress.
Since the first day of the protestations, we have occurred many arrests of young women, men, also minors, and we have to detail why those young people, and also all kinds of all categories, of the society went to the street. It's just to demand to ask for a better health care, public education, more dignity, and no more corruption in Morocco. So the answer of the Moroccan state was arrests and also deaths and injuries people have lived. So we have more than 1,050 of arrests. And most of them are already in prison. Some of them have already their sentences from 5 years to 50 years of prison. And we have also 3 young men in the city of L'Qli'a who were killed by the police during a demonstration. And also 2 young people in Oujda, who was also who have been victims of police violence, and who went to preventive health care. And one of them today he doesn't have one of his leg because of this violence by the police.
All right, well, Soumaya, the government says that it is fully ready for dialogue, and has committed a large boost, around 13 billion euros, right, in the 2026 budget, and that's for health and education, which are some of the demands, from the Gen Z. So in your assessment, is this spending credible, timely, and likely to meet the protesters' demands?
The Moroccan state always say that the responsibles are okay to discuss, they are open to find solutions, but in the reality, we don't see this. We only see violence, arrests, and young people in jails. So we also have a lot of victims who weren't participating in the demonstrations. They were just in the street, and through their families and their lawyers, they are now sentenced in many years of prison. So it is not an answer for us, for young people, also for us as an NGO. We can't consider this as an answer. We always have public responsibles saying that they are open for this, but in the reality, there is nothing of all of this.
So you're saying that there's likely a possibility that that amount will not be included, or it will not go as far as taking care of some of the demands as it's supposed to be 13 million euros.
Even if we talk about this budget, the Moroccan state always take a lot of time to go through real solutions, and in the time we are waiting for this, we still have violence by the same state and the same responsibles. So we have the Moroccan states have to choose. We go through a public discussion with young people, with the Gen Z, and also with the civil society, or we still go through violence, and we will never find a solution.
All right. Now, human rights organization Amnesty International is calling for an independent investigation or independent investigations after credible reports of excessive force by security forces during the protests. What are the risks, for state-society relations if the security force response is seen as heavy-handed?
We also at the Moroccan Association of Human Rights, we are one of the biggest associations in Africa defending human rights.
Okay.
And we have presented a preliminary report with all those numbers, because there is no official numbers given by the Moroccan state. And so we are the first NGO which makes an investigation to come with those numbers. So, like Amnesty said, we also demand for justice for all, and we also demand to have for the victims of Wujda, of Al-Qali'a, and also for all the persons in jail. We are demanding an independent investigation to understand why we had all this violence, deaths, injuries, and arrests, and why the Moroccan state is now saying that all those numbers are not true and that everything is false, instead of answering by an independent investigation and independent justice for all those people.
All right, well, Soumaya, looking at, the protesters, right? During the protest, they were chanting slogans like "Stadiums are here," but where are the hospitals? Pointing to Morocco's spending priorities ahead of the 2030 World Cup. Seeing significance, that the framing of misplaced priorities is fueling this particular movement. Does it resonate broadly beyond the youth? Is it just the youth that feel like there should be hospitals, instead of, the stadium, or even those that's the elderly? Do they feel the same way?
First of all, we have to say that the first demonstration was in front of the hospital of Agadir, because 8 women have died in the hospital, and the people, the families, didn't have the answers why those pregnant women were dead. So it started by demanding healthcare, and then by comparing the budget of the World Cup, all the investments we are now seeing in the streets and in a lot of cities, having luxury stadiums, new roads, new train stations, etc. While we don't have the fundamental rights like education, healthcare, dignity, and no corruption, and also having new roads or having a better public transportation were the demands of the Moroccan people since years ago. And the state hasn't given any answer to those demands. But when the World Cup is coming, everyone is starting to work on those demands. So Moroccan people ask for something clear. We want investments for us, for young people without any access to healthcare, any access to education. We don't want the education, the healthcare be privatized, and the World Cup shouldn't be the main reason why state is investing. We have other priorities which are more important than football.
Okay. So with the trials of those that are being prosecuted, underway, for example, in Agadir, where 39 individuals were sentenced to 6 to 15 years, do you see these judgments, as a deterrent, or could they backfire and inflame further unrest?
The sentences, yes, were very important because there were some, in the demonstrations, there were some people who used violence, and it's normal to sentence them. But we have a lot of victims who went through jail and sentenced in the same group, but they were just passing by the street or just demonstrating peacefully, and they were also added to those groups of people. So this is why we are asking for a new judgment of all those young people, and also an investigation, an independent investigation through cameras and all the new technology to identify the people who went through violence and the people who were demonstrating peacefully.
All right, Soumaya, now let's talk about the monarchy now. Under the monarchy, which is central to Morocco's political system. The youth have actually called for reforms, but not explicitly for abolishing the monarchy. So what role does the monarchy play here, both as part of the problem and part of the solution?
Actually, young people in Morocco have addressed their demands to government. Because we have ministers and we have institutions that are responsible of what is happening. Young people don't have a problem with the highest institution. We ask only for democracy regarding any kind of highest power. And also we have a government that should be working for people, and we have seen that also in the last communication of the king. He also asked the responsibles to work for Moroccan people, because they are Moroccan people have voted for them, and they should be responsible of everything now which is happening right now. So we just want democracy and all our fundamental rights regarding the state of Morocco as it is now. The government should work for the people.
Soumaya, but still talking of the prosecutions, right? Are there any implications of over 1,500 prosecutions for the independence of the Moroccan judiciary and due process, for especially such a large group?
Yes, we have. Can you please repeat the question?
I was asking that 1,500 is quite a large number. So is there any implication, of such a large number on the independence of the Moroccan judiciary and due process?
Yes, this is one of our biggest.
I'm asking if they will be able to handle it, fairly and unbiased.
We are, as an NGO, we are always asking for an independent justice, because for us, those arrests and all those numbers can't be real into a real independent justice. So we are always asking for that, and also we are sure that many innocent people are now in jail because of this lack of justice in Morocco. So yes, we are asking for an independent justice, because what is happening right now in Morocco is a true answer of not having an independent justice.
Okay, so just before we wrap up, Soumaya, would love your final thoughts, but also as a young Moroccan and, speaking for other young Moroccans, what are the impacts of these experiences, particularly the prosecutions? What impact will they have on other young Moroccans' future willingness to participate in any civic life?
Moroccan youth people have been very courageous, because even if we have seen all these sentences and all this violence, there's still the young people and Moroccan people in general in the streets, and also there is a true impact on mental health of young people, because everyone is tired. Also, the civil society, the lawyers, the NGOs, we are all tired by seeing all of this, and we are impatient to know that this will finish soon. But there is a lot of courage and a lot of patience, and Moroccan people say that we are still going to the streets and asking for dignity and for freedom for all those innocent people.
All right. So thank you so much, Soumaya, for your time and for speaking on this. Soumaya Abdeljalil, member, National Central Commission of the Moroccan Association of Human Rights in Kenitra, Morocco.
Thank you so much.
It's a pleasure.